Welcome back to Minecraft. You might recognise this build from a few episodes ago when we moved into a creative world to originally plan the base. And that's where we are now, the creative world. Because this episode's going to be more of a planning episode. So you might remember that this was the original idea for the base and we would go underground, build it under there like some kind of secret bee superhero, I don't really know. But I changed my mind when I started building it and started building it above ground and more like a palace than this. Or not a palace, but a castle in general. And I've added a few more things since then. We've got the bee farm, we've got... I don't know what this is. What is this, actually? Oh, these were two different bee farms. This is the one I tried to design myself and it was incredibly ugly and I had no idea what I was doing. And then this is where I tested the one that I actually used. Yeah, there we go. And then since then I've just been trying to design some buildings for the village, but not this. This is something else entirely. That's an armor equipping station that I was actually quite proud of. And then these are the buildings that I have so far. We have, I think this is a blacksmith. If we go inside, I've been playing around with some of the armor stand things that I like to do. And then we've got two different workstations for the villagers. Is there one back here? Did I keep that? No. I originally put the blast furnaces in here. I think it was this block. And then these are armor stand things, where you can hang up the tools in the hooks. I just thought that worked. And then I'd probably put another one of these pickaxes on here for them to... smelt? Smith? I don't know what the verb is here. Originally I wanted to make the entire village bee-themed. I can't make it completely bee-themed because then that would completely detract from the purpose of the building. So instead I've been decorating with beehives instead, because they kind of look like drawers or crates as well. So those are there, next to the thing, with a flower, because bees. This one I've made a little bit more bee-themed with the orangey wood and the birch as well. Now the leaves wouldn't be this brown when I actually build it because we're in sandstone at the moment. But if we go in here, the library. Then I've just been designing some buildings on the inside. Got the lecterns for the villagers, we've got a brewing stand. We've got a nether wart farm, which will be functional, which then I can use as well. And some enchanting. This will be the enchanting place. A small amount of storage because of enchanted books and lapis and whatnot. And then up here there's just a small desk. And these are looms. The backside of a loom looks like an empty bookshelf. So these are the buildings that we've got so far. And I want to start laying out where each of the buildings will go in the village. But in order to lay out the village in my survival world, I need to kind of know how big the buildings are going to be in the first place. For example, for the library, I might have only made it like this long, up to here, in the blueprint, and then we wouldn't have the space for this part if I put something next to it. So there's the plan. What I want to do right now is plan maybe the farmer's house. Where's my plan list? I have a full list of what I need for the village. I might have more than one of these, possibly with a different colour. So if I just give you a list of what I've planned, then we can plan the buildings themselves. So for armour and tools, it would be something like this. Blacksmith and armourer. Armoury? I don't know what it's called. And then I plan to use blackstone, smithing tables, etc. Because you could I could have used smithing tables for the floor, which does work, but it's very expensive. At least for me. If I just fill this in, I can decide if it looks better and if it's worth it. I don't know if I prefer this. Honestly, I think I prefer the smithing tables. Maybe. Do need more light in here, though. I want it to sit. There we go. How's that? Or maybe because it's dark on the bottom, we could use smooth stone? Oops. I think the smithing table's in smooth stone. You see, this is why I do things in a plan world first, so that I can play with the different colours. And then for magical things, was going to be a library and a potion brewer, but I put both in the same building, which means we only need one of those, and I can put it on its own, maybe on top of a hill or something, to give it a bit more of a, I suppose, a mysterious feel, a magical feel. I don't really know. Then we have the farmers. Animal pens, crop fields, leather workers and butchers, shepherd, and possibly a windmill. I quite like the idea of a windmill. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start a time lapse of trying to figure out how windmills work. have a windmill. I might put another trapdoor on the front of that. There we go. I feel like it's very wooden. So it might be an idea to put andesite. Let's try andesite around these parts. Oops. I don't know if that looks better actually. In any case, that's the rough shape of the lighthouse. And I was playing with putting dark oak in the roof instead of just all spruce, and I think I'm going to keep the dark oak. So there's our lighthouse? This is not a lighthouse, this is a windmill. So we've got a windmill. And then the idea is this is going to go on top of a hill, and then around that we can put... Around that we'll have kind of like textured ground. We can have wheat, because wheat around a windmill seems to be the way to go. And when we just have that cascading down the hill. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. So now might be a good idea to go into the actual world and start trying to lay them out. Lay out these buildings. Back in survival! And it's getting dark, I'm gonna go and sleep. Hello?
Huh?
Everyone who came before you has met the same fate. Yet you still turn up. You just trampled my crops. This is an unforgivable offense. Just trampled all my crops. Here's the village as it stands at the moment. There isn't really the hill that I want. I might end up having to get rid of Nitwit Hill. Aww. Or maybe I could just expand it up. Yeah, I might do that. I'll just expand it up. Hello. This could be very smart or very stupid. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to move all the villagers somewhere, because then I can take down their houses, lay out the village, and start building them new houses. Or I could just put them all in boats somewhere and just protect them. Where are all the villagers anyway? Are there only these two left? Got 2 villagers in there. And they seemed happy enough in there. So yeah. They're in there now, which means I can start pulling down some houses. I did find the 2 other villagers actually. They turned up as well. I think they're the ones who work up there, and that's why I couldn't see them. But we only need 2, right? Because then we can breed them. Yeah, because then we can breed them. And then we'll have a village again. And failing that, we can bring the others from that village. Well, it's all gone. Filled in some holes with dirt. But the houses are gone. They're gone. Well, there is that one up there, but I'm only working here at the moment. This guy's moved in down here to take care of these crops for some reason. I thought he'd be happy up there, but no. So I've taken down 4 houses. But I don't know about you, but I'm getting a little bit bored of villages. Villagers, all of it. Because he's just been humming in my ear for ages. And it's annoying. So I'm going to go back in my creative world and we're going to plan something else. And that something else is going to be my Nether base. Yep. I may be absolutely terrified of the Nether, but I've decided that I want to live there. I'm not going to time-lapse it this time. This time I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Now I've got all the biomes accessible to me, so I can use any of the Nether blocks really. We've got Blackstone. We spawn in the Blackstone bit. I've made a bridge to the warped bit. You can walk to the Crimson pit. Yeah, we've got basically everything but a Nether fortress, which is incredibly annoying. The Nether wood is kind of, well, not green, but it's like a sort of bluish green. And I think that's one of my favourite colours in the Nether at the moment. Can I make a gradient out of this? Yes, is the answer to that. Yeah, that works. That works, I like that. And what if I frame it with... Oh, I need another... Oh well. I do quite like that. Maybe Blackstone instead, though? There's our colour palette. Can I make a gradient out of Blackstone, actually? To be honest, the Blackstone's all quite a similar colour, isn't it? So maybe I can't make a gradient from that. I mean, there's basalt. I've already got some of that. That could work in a gradient with different coloured wool. There we go. 2 gradients. If I just start building, then I can do things. Something like that. I'm not sure about the Blackstone thingy. Polished Blackstone. Because it's got that kind of square in it. I'm not sure about it in general, to be honest. Is there kind of like a midway between grey wool and this? Oh, but I'm going to be in the Nether. And wool burns. Oh. Yeah, no, I can't do wool. There we go, that's much better. I ended up putting a layer of dirt behind so that I could do these ones. And it's made entirely of basalt, apart from the blackstone bit at the bottom. So that's even better. I only really need 2 resources for the wall, for the main wall. So that's good. And it took a lot longer than I care to admit, I will say that. Right, let's sort out my hotbar. 1, 2. I can't use the wool. It should be like that, shouldn't it? Let's try that. Oh my gosh, that works! I like that. Yes! Who needs windows? Well, there's a start. I mean, I've been recording for over an hour now, but I don't know how much content. I've been recording for 2 hours and 15 minutes. And pretty much all of it are time lapses. Okay. I'm going to stick another window up here and then I'm going to call quits for today. Yeah, I'm quite happy with this so far. Especially from a distance. Especially from a distance you can see the gradient especially in the windows. From a distance you can see the gradient in the windows really well and it's really nice. And then we have the windmill as well. I really like the windmill. I wasn't so sure before. But I've decided that I really like the windmill. I'm really looking forward to this now. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment telling me if you like this or not. Because I like it. Thank you for watching. I have been Green Jay. Goodbye!